couple pivots, some virtual events,
Hmm.
innovation was all born out of that. And we survived, you know. And as far as our recession goes now, maybe we will feel it, but it's business is great for me. It's just about to start to be booming, you know.
That's it. That's
So
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
so
That's a
we're
great
good.
story. I mean, even Wishup really picked up during the pandemic. It worked really well for us because everything went virtual. So, when was the time? Like, when did you decide to hire a virtual assistant? Was it like after the pandemic or during the
Uh,
pandemic?
so I think I had we invested in an office space like 2019, and we
Hmm.
were kind of growing and expanding. We had a few temporary people in there, and then the work kind of dried up, but not really because of the pandemic, just because of being an entrepreneur and being up and down, like with
Cyclic,
sales.
yeah.
Like we're like, oh no, we gotta sell, and we sell, and then we're executing, and we
Hmm.
forgot that we should keep selling, right?
Sell
And
it.
then it was like I had one, because a lot of freelancers struggle with this too. It's like, oh, I'm so busy, don't talk to me, or does anybody love me? Like those are the two extremes that you go through. And I think for me, that was it. After the end of 2019, we had this office space. Nobody was in it. My son was born January 5th, 2020, and
Hmm.
nobody was in the office for like 6, 8 months. And then when I came back, it was just me, like once a week in there. I was like, is this space still worth it? Um, but at that point, we had gone through enough boom and bust cycles that I was like, that's it. I'm
Hmm.
done. And I realized where I was lacking was follow ups, generating leads and follow ups. And I
Hmm.
did not realize that virtual assistants would be able to generate leads for you. And that was quite revolutionary to me, that they could scour LinkedIn if you gave them a target audience and come up with
Yeah.
a list of people way more than you'd be able to call in a day. Like Sid still adds to that list every day. I'm like, bro, stop. Like, there's too many people. He's got like 300 per sheet and like 4 or 5 sheets. And I'm like, okay, all
Wow.
right, slow down. So every day, like if there's no work, his default is to go and find more of the target audience. So
Yeah.
um, that was revolutionary to me. But then also scheduling the call
Hmm.
for me, and I like he's in my LinkedIn. So when I get somebody to the point where they're like, yeah, that'd be great, have a call. Awesome. What's a good these days work for me? What's a good email address for you? I have somebody from my team send it up. And then, Sid's in there, he takes over
Yeah.
as me, and he's like, we've got Tuesday between 3 and 4 Eastern, and he'll send the invite and set it up so it reminds both of us, and then we'll get on. And I say, okay, we have to take notes. I go in HubSpot and take notes, so he'll create the profile for me with a link to their
Hmm.
profile in LinkedIn, and then start filling out that profile for me, that client prospect profile. And then I'll take notes, or I'll record the call and then have him take some shorthand notes from the recording. And everything just goes into a process now. And he
Hmm.
helps me with the follow ups. And that was key for me, like having a sales assistant. But then, like,
Hmm.
also when prospects turn into customers, it was
Yeah.
another bottleneck for me. I was like, I've got 3 people who want contracts. I can't even write them up right now. So I
Yeah.
trained him how to write our SOWs, and the key was making them very, very boilerplate. So
Hmm.
there's a few things that changed, like the dates and the amounts and the due dates of payments and stuff, but they're all in like double bold. So Sid can
Hmm.
go through and replace the double bold based
Hmm.
off of the formula we've created. So like if you want to book a shoot tomorrow, it takes 3 weeks to get everybody together for a pre-production call, then another 3 weeks to find the person you're going to interview, then another 3 weeks for production. So like all of that was built into a formula that Sid's able to follow. And we even have an
Hmm.
Excel sheet. So like if their production date is this day, their deliverable date is going to be this day, and fills out the
Hmm.
contract based on that. So there are a couple of things that happen simultaneously, but one was bringing on someone, a contractor, to help with our process. And once we did that, a lot of the stuff I passed off to my VA became a lot easier. Like, hey, we need an SOW, this amount, this start date, go.